Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the... ...21-yard line. At their own 21-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's checking. He's checking.
From the 24, Luck gets it off to Freeman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's third down. The offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Luck. And able to find Conley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Coming left, it's Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Luck. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Here's Luck. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. On first down, Freeman slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 14-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll drop the throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And the kick by Rosas is good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Sponge! No! Strong right. Close. 51 the mic, boy. 51. You.
Now it's Locke. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, check. Let's get this. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, Mike 51.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mike, go. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, here's Locke. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Luck now 9 of 11 passing in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Close.
Throwing again is Locke. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again. Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 4. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 22 yards there, a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. It's Kelsey on the ground.
We got this.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Whip. Watch the whip. Mike, 59.
2nd and 14. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Rosa's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
11.
Here's Luck. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Will Fuller, 84 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now back to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Check 59.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing is Love. Gets it off to Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
12. Hey, seam 6.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On first down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll run on first down. Mack. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Yeah,
and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Again, it's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Damian Williams, his first touchdown of the new season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This will be taken short. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
46-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Long. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Locke. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Third and long, it's Locke. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And now it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Great within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Luck going to throw it. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Room to run past midfield. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Check up. 190. Hey, watch your leg.
Luck. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
At the 47-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. It's a give to Freeman running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Close. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's big soft. Mike 50. Close.
Luck now to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
Baltimore, first down.
Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing now, Luck. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. reached their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go. Watch the run. 51.
Now Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And now with 6 seconds remaining. They're going to burn their final timeout.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Run, 40! I'm coming!
Now it's Locke. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation.